Following the discussion on the distinction between unsubdivided and subdivided land, we now turn to one of the most vital consumer protection mechanisms embedded in Arizona's real estate law, the right of rescission. These rights allow purchasers of vacant or undeveloped property to withdraw from a contract within a specified period, protecting them from hasty or uninformed decisions. The Arizona legislature, through the Subdivided Lands Act and Unsubdivided Lands Act, has designed these rights to ensure transparency, fairness, and confidence in land sales across the state, particularly for remote or unimproved lots that often lack immediate access, utilities, or inspection opportunities. The rescission rights for unimproved subdivided lots and unsubdivided land are governed by ARS, paragraph 32-2185. While this statute serves the same purpose, to protect buyers from deceptive practices or misrepresentations, the details of each differ based on the type of property being sold and the level of development or accessibility at the time of purchase. For subdivided land, which includes parcels smaller than 36 acres, buyers are granted a 7-calendar-day rescission period beginning on the date the purchase contract is signed, provided they have received a copy of the public report before execution. The public report, issued by the Arizona Department of Real Estate, ADRE, discloses essential information about the property, including legal access, zoning, water availability, and any restrictions or encumbrances. If the developer or seller fails to deliver this report before the buyer signs the purchase contract, the rescission period extends until 7 days after the buyer actually receives the report. The rescission process itself is straightforward. The buyer must notify the seller in writing, either by mail or in person, within the allotted timeframe to void the contract. Upon rescission, all monies paid by the buyer, including earnest deposits, must be promptly refunded, as outlined in ARS, paragraph 32-2185, ONS 01D. This ensures that buyers who change their minds or discover new information about the property are not financially penalized for withdrawing early in the process. In the case of unsubdivided land, which includes parcels between 36 and 160 acres, the rescission rights are broader. Under ARS, paragraph 32-12183 or 11 or E. A purchaser who has not inspected the property prior to signing the contract has 6 months from the date of signing to rescind the transaction. This extended timeframe recognizes that unsubdivided land is often located in rural areas where access may be difficult and due diligence may require more time. If the buyer has inspected the land before purchase, however, the 7-day rescission right applies instead. For example, consider a situation where a buyer from out of state purchases an 80-acre parcel in Apache County after viewing marketing materials online, but without visiting the property in person. Under Arizona law, that buyer retains the right to rescind the transaction within 6 months of signing the contract if they later discover the land lacks legal access or adequate water resources. The law is designed to prevent the kind of fraudulent, sight-unseen land sales that plagued Arizona's rural markets during the mid-20th century, leading to the original passage of the Subdivided Lands Act in the 1950s. Rescission rights apply equally to unimproved subdivided lots, which are smaller parcels within residential developments where infrastructure such as roads, utilities, and drainage systems have not yet been completed. In such cases, buyers are entitled to the same 7-day cancellation window to ensure they have sufficient opportunity to review the public report and understand the development's progress and obligations. It is important for real estate licensees to understand their role in communicating and enforcing these rights. Licensees have a duty to disclose material facts and ensure that clients are fully informed about statutory rescission periods. A licensee who accepts earnest money or prepares a purchase contract without ensuring that a valid public report has been delivered to the buyer is in violation of ARS, paragraph 32-183M, and may face disciplinary action under ARS, paragraph 32-153, for engaging in unprofessional conduct. The Commissioner's Enforcement Authority, as affirmed in State ex rel Corbin v. Pickrell, 1983, gives ADRI the power to suspend, revoke, or fine licensees and developers who fail to provide proper disclosures or deny purchasers their rescission rights. Additionally, escrow agents must be aware of these provisions. During the rescission period, any deposits collected must be held in a neutral escrow account and cannot be released to the developer or seller until the rescission period expires. This ensures that buyers' funds are protected in the event they exercise their right to cancel. Review summary. Rescission rights in Arizona protect purchasers of unimproved, subdivided lots and unsubdivided land from making uninformed or coerced buying decisions. For subdivided land, buyers have a 7-day rescission period, while purchasers of unsubdivided land who have not inspected the property have up to 6 months to rescind under ARS paragraph 32-2183.05. These rights are fundamental to Arizona's consumer protection framework, requiring strict compliance from developers, brokers, and agents. By ensuring that buyers receive public reports and understand their statutory rights, licensees help maintain integrity in the real estate marketplace and protect public trust. Discussion prompts. Why do buyers of unsubdivided land have a longer rescission period than buyers of subdivided lots? Answer: because unsubdivided land is typically larger, more remote, and harder to inspect, giving buyers additional time to evaluate access, terrain, and water availability. What role does the public report play in rescission rights? Answer: it ensures that buyers receive full disclosure of the property's legal and physical conditions before finalizing their purchase decision. How should a licensee handle earnest money during the rescission period? Answer: the funds must remain in escrow and cannot be released until the rescission period expires, safeguarding the buyer's right to cancel. Closing remarks. Rescission rights exemplify Arizona's commitment to fairness and transparency in land transactions. By guaranteeing buyers a window of time to review property disclosures and perform due diligence, the state prevents exploitation and preserves consumer confidence. Real estate professionals play a pivotal role in upholding these protections by ensuring full compliance with ADRI regulations, guiding clients through disclosure requirements, and safeguarding the integrity of each transaction. Supporting sources and key case law. ARS, paragraph 32-2185. Rescission rights for subdivided land purchasers. ARS, paragraph 32-2183. Rescission rights for unsubdivided land purchasers. ARS, paragraph 32-2153. Disciplinary provisions for improper conduct. I'm under AAC, R42811A. Licensee duty of disclosure state XRL. Corbin v. Pickrell, 136 RZ 589, 1983. Affirmed ADRI's regulatory authority over land sales, ARS. Paragraph 32-2181. Requirement of public report before offering land for sale. Arizona Department of Real Estate Subdivision, Public Report Guidelines. Procedural standards for developers.